Let's say, for example, I don't own a home. I rent, which I do. How important is it to have renter's insurance?
It's really critical, and a lot of folks unfortunately believe that their landlord or the rental complex will cover your personal property. Renter's insurance is anywhere from $75 to $200 a year. It's so reasonable. You can pay it monthly. And if you could imagine taking your home and turning it upside down, everything that falls out, that's what we consider your personal property.
Right.
And it's a replacement cost policy. And also it provides you liability, because God forbid somebody gets hurt, they're going to sue the landlord and they're going to sue you.
Right.
So the policy comes with a minimum $100,000 liability, and you could purchase more.
Oh, okay.
So it's really...
So there's different variations of
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, and it's very important to have.
And it's so inexpensive, and I think a lot of folks don't know how inexpensive it is.
Right. And it's peace of mind, too.
Exactly.
It's just peace of mind. One of the other things I wanted to ask you, as far as recommended necessity that people seem to have difficulty with deciding on life insurance, is there like a general rule that, as far as like looking into and researching life insurance, different policies, what do you recommend to the public out there as far as I want to get a life insurance policy? What is the best one for me?
There's a couple of life insurance policies. Two. There's a term life insurance and permanent. A good way of looking at it is term is kind of like leasing a car for a certain term, and the permanent is you own it forever.
Okay.
The term policy lasts for a certain term, up to 30 years. It's a lesser expensive policy, but again, after that term ends, you don't have life insurance.
Right.
The permanent life insurance lasts forever.
Okay.
A little bit more expensive, and you build cash value. So you do have the option once cash value has
After
grown.
so many years, you're allowed.
Correct. You can take a loan against it if you need to.
Right.
But again, the big thing is that policy is going to last forever.
Right.
And we usually say, in terms of a death benefit, that it should be about 7 times your annual income.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I think we can agree that it's better to have something than nothing. So you
Sure.
work with your agent and figure out what works for your budget.
Okay.
And get something based on that.
Absolutely. So it's pretty easy for the most part. People can
It
just
is.
call their agent and get advice on
Absolutely,
what the best policies are.
And now we have a new discount, which is awesome.
Yeah.
If you have your auto insurance and your life insurance with Allstate, you get a discount.
Oh, really?
So that's really neat, because a lot of people think it's just auto and home.
Right.
So if you have your
Right.
life and your auto, you get a nice discount as well.
That's great. Is there like a common misconception when it comes to no-fault insurance?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Really?
When folks call into the office, they say, "Oh, it's no fault, Christina." And they think it's meaning the collision or the comprehensive. And no fault has to do with medical. So in New York State, regardless of fault, if you have an accident and you go get medical treatment, your insurance company will pay for that treatment. It doesn't matter if you're 100% not at fault, your no fault coverage is going to pay for the coverage. It has nothing to do with the collision, the comprehensive portion of the claim. Or whose fault it was, for that matter.
Exactly. Exactly. And I know that with some people, especially with auto insurance, some people they'll choose not to buy, like extras, like glass coverage stuff. But they mean so much. They really do. Like I have car rental and all these little perks that are just great.
Glass
You never know
coverage
when you need
is
it.
$1 or $2 more every 6 months.
Right.
And there's no deductible.
Right.
A windshield could be $1,000.
Yep.
But I think that's another good example of why you need an agent to walk you through these steps and the extras on the policies to decide what's best for you.
Now, what about like if a windshield breaks? What happens in that case? Does that raise your premium?
No,
Okay.
no, that's really nice. There's nothing that's going to happen to your premium.
Right.
The worst case scenario, let's say you have 5 or 6 windshields that year.
Right.
Corporate may call and say, "Hey, what's going on with Chris? Maybe we want to get rid of
Right.
that glass coverage." But other than that, nothing will happen to your rate.
Is there a way that people can reduce their premium?
Oh,
Do
definitely.
you have like a referral program or some type of program for that?
Definitely. Really, the best the agent should be calling you at least once a year, if
Right.
not twice a year, to review your coverage. But if that's not happening, some tips would be definitely look at your collision deductible.
Okay.
The higher your deductible, the lower the premium because you're taking on more risk. So
Right.
if you have a $250 deductible, get that up to $1,000.
Okay,
Accident prevention call, of course, low mileage, things of that nature.
right. And what is Allstate Workplace? What is that?
Great question. We have a supplemental benefit program,
Mhm.
and we go into small businesses and offer employees benefits such as disability, cancer, accident insurance at a group rate. It's free to the employer, so it increases employee retention, and these folks get to purchase it at this group rate, and it's payroll deducted.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
really,
That's a great program.
we do a lot of workplace,
Yeah.
and employers just love it, and so do employees, because you could never on the street get a disability policy for $3 or $4 a week.
Right, exactly. One thing I can tell you about Allstate, I have Allstate insurance. They always update me on everything. I always get mail from them. They're always letting me know what's going on. They always keep you in the loop, and they're always there for you.
Absolutely.
It's just a great program. And I also want to digress a second. I want to go back to other ways, because I know we kind of went through a little quick. How can people reduce their auto insurance coverage? Do you have any other suggestions?
Definitely. The defensive driving course,
Yes.
otherwise known as accident prevention,
Okay.
it gives you a 10% discount.
Okay.
It's valid for 3 years, and it's 6 hours. What's really cool is you can do it online now.
Oh, you
So
can?
you can do
Yeah.
it online. New York State now accepts that. And so if you don't have the time to sit in a class, you can do an hour here, 20 minutes there,
Right.
3 hours, and get it done. They give you 30 days to complete it.
And it's a real nice savings.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And also, if you don't have high mileage, our threshold is 7,500 miles a year. We'll reward you with a low mileage discount, which is
Okay.
really nice. Also, if you have young drivers on your policy,
Right.
we have a smart student discount. You show us the grades one time, that is all we will ask, and
Right.
you get the discount until that young driver is 25 or out of school. And also, if you have the ability to pay your premium in full, you get about an 8% discount on the 6 months.
Okay.
And if you allow us to take it from your checking account, that 8% really could be closer to 13%.
Right.
So there's a lot of different ways when Sandy or I look at your policy that you don't have to sacrifice coverage, but you could reduce the cost.
Okay. Now, do people get a discount? Let's say they have the home, if they lump their home and auto.
Oh,
They,
huge.
they do? It's just,
25% off of your home if you
Okay.
bring your auto over.
That's
And with
great.
the home
Yeah.
rates on Long Island, that can be $300,
Right.
$400, $500.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do? They would lump their home and their auto?
Yes.
Okay.
And now the life insurance discount.
And life insurance.
And then a lot of folks have umbrella policies,
Right.
excess liability, otherwise known.
Okay.
So definitely multi-policy is
Yeah.
the way to go.
Right. And also, the other thing we spoke about was renter's insurance. And one of the things that we didn't mention, but what's really important is, God forbid of a fire, okay, and somebody's burned out of their apartment or home. With renter's insurance, does the insurance company put them up in a hotel or a
Absolutely.
motel?
It's called additional living expense.
Okay.
And I always say you're like, kind, and quality.
Right.
You're not probably staying at the Ritz-Carlton,
Right.
but you're not going to be in a trailer. We're going to put you up for up to 12 months, which is really nice. At Allstate, we don't limit the dollar amount. A lot of companies will cap you out.
Right.
So we say for up to 12 months, we will pay your additional living expenses.
And that's great because, especially for people who are renting in a building, you don't know, like, if someone's starting a fire in an apartment, somebody accidentally leaves the stove on or lights a cigarette,
Right.
whatever, and then, God forbid, the building goes down.
Most times
you're-
it's not you, it's your neighbor,
Right.
you're
Right.
the person upstairs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This was great. I really enjoyed, I think a lot of people are learning a lot about this because there's so many questions that people have about insurance. And I want to thank you both for joining
Thank you.
the show.
Thank you.
It was great having you both.
Thanks.
And we're going to be right back